Okay. So, hi. I'm Rainbow Bear slash, well, I guess my new name on YouTube is like Baby Blue Wolf, I want to say? Or it's probably Baby Blue Wolf. No, it's Baby Blue Bear Titshaw, I think. Yeah. But anyways, so this is a new video. It's interesting. In honor of Pride Month, I thought I would share a little bit of my experience with the world. Oh, let me make sure that music's not too loud. Alright, it's not too loud, make sure. Anyways, so, yes. I want to start off by saying that literally, oh, my hair's right. Anyways, literally, I felt, my whole life, I felt as if being gay has, okay, let me rephrase that. Being heavy, or being, I'll just say it, fat. Being fat and gay is like the majority of my personality. I don't feel like I have a personality. Whether some other people agree with me or not, I don't care. Because that's just how I feel, you know? But, anyways. And I've never talked about this before. Like, at all. Any of this stuff. So, this is going to be interesting, right? Well, for starters, I guess it first started back when I was in, like, elementary school? Yeah, I think I was in like kindergarten, and I just remembered being different. You know, it's weird. Like, I don't remember being gay, I just remember being different. I remember feeling different because I wanted something that nobody else wanted at the time. And that was, all the other kindergarten guys, they were all, like, oh, she's pretty, woohoo, blah, 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 pick your nose, whatever you did back then. But I was like, no, no, he's cute. He's handsome. And of course, I never told anybody about this, obviously. But I remember feeling that way, And I'm pretty sure, I don't remember exactly, but I'm pretty sure at some point me and this other kid were holding hands, and it was another guy, and it was like in secret. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. Oh, I do. All right. So a good way to explain it is when we were in back then. We used to have lines. We would get in line, all this other stuff. Well, I remember always being at the back of the line, and he would jump right behind me, and we would hold hands on the way to lunch or something without anybody noticing. It's weird. I don't remember the kid's name. I don't remember. It's been so long. I don't remember. Like, I don't know who it is now, but I used to. Anyways, then, then I got older. I got older. So, I think the next big moment in my life was when I really finally, was like, whoa, this is different from what other people usually want, other guys. You know, liking the same sex, figuring that out, liking the same gender as you. I have to say, I really pieced it together in fifth grade because I noticed that I'm not gonna say his last name, but he knows who he is if he ever watches this video. I'll just say his first name, David. I remember he used to talk about how sexy women used to be and how beautiful they were and stuff, but I couldn't see that. You know, it was weird, but also it made sense in a way. I never told anybody, and then we moved on, and we entered sixth grade, middle school. That was a nightmare. Let's see, middle school. I want to say, oh, okay. I went to Smoky Road. middle school, and I don't remember the exact year, but it was in 7th grade, the end of 7th grade, when I first finally told someone, which his name was Sean. Won't give a last name. I won't give any last names at all. But anyways, his name was Sean. He was my best friend at the time. I still see him on Instagram and stuff, and I'll be like, "Oh, hey, good job," because he does music. Anyways, so, but yeah, I remember telling him I lied and told him I was bi because then that's when people really started messing with you. You know, like I was always being called gay or fag or something of the nature. And I remember being scared to come out to anybody because of that. Like, I had already been picked on enough for being fat. I had really bad dandruff. Like, it was not fun. uh, Especially when you would get on the bus and, like, people would just look at you and they're like, oh, it's that kid. No, that's not okay. But yeah, so I think I finally, I lied and told him that I was bi at the beginning. That's not true. I was actually gay. And then after that, we went on, and I think he finally figured out the truth. I don't know. He ended up moving away, and then I got another friend, another best friend, and I don't talk to him now because I don't know. He won't talk to me. Try to get back in contact with him because he was a good friend. But other than that, anyways, but right. So the second person I ever told that I was gay was this kid named Kyle. Me and him hung out every day. Or not every day, but like every weekend. I would go over to his house. We would hang out all weekend or something. We'd play video games. It was cool. We'd play in the woods. He had goats. It was awesome. And he was generally a good person. So finally one night we were sitting upstairs, I think. And I think I had a picture of a shirtless guy on my phone. And I was talking to him and I was like, Kyle, I'm gay. And I was terrified at the moment because he kept asking me why I had shirtless guys on my phone. And I'm like, I finally just said it. And he was like, I don't believe you. And I'm like, it's the truth. And it took him a minute. And then he was like, well, I'm still your friend. I was like, that's good. That's good to know. And I remember going to bed that night at his place, and I was like, so he's still my friend. Maybe people won't judge me for who I am. Alright, we're gonna move on from that. Because, why not? Oh, actually, no we're not. Funny story. Interestingly enough, I don't know why. I do not know why, but somebody, or I don't know, we were over at his house, and like once I finally came out of the closet, I'm skipping ahead. I finally came out of the closet at some point and was like, and he told his parents that I was gay, and I was like, yeah, that's okay. And they, as soon as I get over there, they accused me of looking up gay porn on their internet, and that was not true. Did not do that. And I don't know why, but she was insistent on blaming me, and she even said that Kyle told her that me and him looked it up together, which is BS. But anyways, I just wanted to say that because that is not true. Anyways, so yeah, if you notice, the backdrop is like a lot different than usual. Anyways, this is weird. Anyways, skip it, or we're gonna backtrack a little. We're gonna go to when I finally came out. Okay, I think at this point the majority of my friends had already known because I had already told them, and I just needed to come out to my family next. And I remember back then, my a lot of my family were making all kinds of gay jokes. They would call me a fag, and they didn't even know. Like, crazy. Anyways, So I was, I was reluctant to come out to them because I didn't want to be called that and them knowing it's true. I thought they would judge me. Boy, was I wrong. Well, wrong about some of them, anyways. Anyway, uh, oh gosh. Um, sorry, it's a little funny to tell these stories because it's just I get a kick at thinking back, thinking back to them. Anyways, uh, right. So I came out. I finally got tired of hiding. I was like, I'm done. I'm not being myself. My family doesn't know who I really am. A lot of my friends, the family that I was really close to, I had three cousins. Okay, three main cousins that I grew up with. Right. One was my cousin Martin. One was my cousin Austin. Okay, well, two main cousins. My bad. Anyways, best friends growing up ever. And yes, I'm not gonna say why, but eventually, Austin just, that's a different story. I miss him like crazy because he was one of my best friends, but that's a different story. Um, anyways, so, I was reluctant because I wanted my friends to know and I wanted my family to know. But I didn't know how they were going to react. Finally, at lunch one day at school, I was 8th grade. Yeah, 8th grade. I was sitting with Rachel. I don't remember her last name, but a lot of people didn't like her. I thought she was okay. She was a friend, you know? A lot of my friends, other people didn't like, but I was still friends with because I still am. Like a friend's a friend. If they're a good person, they're a good person. They get misjudged. That's it. Anyways, hold on. I'm a little nervous. Right. Sitting at lunch with Rachel. Anyways, and I was sitting there. I had the text message typed up. Yes, I came out to my mother in a text message. I had it sitting there ready to send, and I could not do it. I was sitting there freaking out. She was talking to me. She was like, "Just send it. If you're gonna do it, just send it because, like, you're hiding. You don't. Do you really want to hide yourself from anybody?" It's like, not really, and I didn't. But like, okay, first off, by now I had already experienced my first actual middle school crush, and his name was Sammy Warner. I met him on the bus, and oops, I just gave a name. Um, that's embarrassing. Well, sorry, Sammy. I think you already knew it anyway. Anyways, um, yes, we met him. I met him on the bus, and I was talking. Back then, I didn't have barely any friends on my bus, and one day, he just got on, and I was like struck. I don't know how to explain this. I remember trying to talk to him. I was like, hey, I was anybody who knows when I try to flirt, they know that I'm terrible at it. Okay, especially because I'll get a little tongue tied, all this other stuff. Yes, I'm terrible at flirting. We know this. But anyways, I remember trying to talk to him, and I remember questioning. I was like, "So you're gay?" And he was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Cool." And I goodness. Anyways, back to the other story. So, I remember sitting at lunch, so scared to send that text message. And finally, I pressed my thumb on it and I was like, "Mom, I'm gay." And she texted me back. She's like, "You're happy?" I was like, "No, I'm gay." And she's like, "So you like boys?" I was like, "Yes, I like boys." And she was like, "Don't tell your dad. Um, I'll tell him." And that day, okay, I remember getting off the bus or being on the bus, and I was freaking out. I had then texted my friend Amber. Amber, I won't say the last name, but she was in high school, same way I met Sammy. She rode our bus. My brother dated her once. Anyways, um, but yes, um, I remember getting on the bus. My cousin Hannah, she was riding the bus with us. My friend Amber, she was riding the bus with us. I was texting Amber because we had gotten put like on opposite seats, and at that point, again, I had not been out to many people. Just a few of my friends. Not everybody at school knew, okay? And not everybody at home, nobody at home knew. So I was talking to Amber, and I was like, Amber, I should probably, I should go ahead and tell Hannah too. She's like, you probably should. I was like, I looked around because I realized that a lot of people I went to school with were still on that bus. I was terrified. I didn't know how to tell her. I was like, Hannah, I gotta tell you something. She's like, what? And I was like, and I was so nervous. I did not want to say it. And I looked at Amber pleading. I was like, what do I do? Hannah was like, if you're going to hide, Kevin, you shouldn't hide anything from your family. And I'm like, I want to tell you, I do. It's just. And she was like, she was talking to me. She was like, all right. And I was like, I finally got annoyed with it. I was like, Amber, just tell her. Because I couldn't tell her without telling the whole damn bus. And nobody on that bus liked me. Some black girl done punched me in the face that month. I was not having it. Okay, anyways. So, yeah. Ooh, what a... Anyways, so yes. She told her, and my cousin Hannah, so technically, my cousin Hannah was the second person in my family to find out. Anyways, she looked at me, she's like, well shit, I knew that. And I was like, thank you. Thank you. You made me feel so much better. I told my mom today, and she's like, oh gosh. And at first she was like, she didn't really, at first, cousin Hannah, she was not okay with it. She was like, that's gross. And I'm like, we're really close. Don't do this. And at the time, she was going through a lot. She was already pregnant. Oops. Sorry, Hannah. uh, I mean, she's already had her kid. She has 2 kids now. Anyway. So yeah. She was already pregnant. She was judging me, and I wanted to fire back at her, but I didn't. I let it go, because, I understand she'd be a little upset that I didn't tell her. Because we were so close. And I was there for her when her dad was being a butt, and she was there for me when, like, at the time, a lot of stuff was going on. My brother, he'd just been thrown in jail. That didn't really affect me any, though. His fault, not mine. Anyways, so finally, word got around, okay, in my family, and the crows came pecking. I mean, I remember I went up to hang out with Hannah, and my cousins, Wesley, Nancy, and a few others had shown up, and they started preaching to me, telling me how I was going to hell, basically bombarding me, would not let me leave. I was like, gee, I'll go home and kill myself now. No, anyways, finally word got around, everybody in my family knew, and we officially talked about it at Thanksgiving. Because I remember I was sitting there, and my brother made a joke, and he was like, so you're gay now? I was like, who the fuck told you? And he was like, it's my family too. Somebody's gonna tell me. And I remember, then I was like really comfortable talking about it. Anyways, so we're gonna skip ahead to the very first real relationship that was out of high school that I've ever had. Not even my parents know this story. I'm not gonna say the full story because it's nerve-wracking as it is, okay? Like, I went through a lot. So, here it goes. And Mom, Dad, Don, Vonda, if y'all ever watch this, sorry I didn't tell y'all. My relationship, my love life is my business. That's the way I've always looked at it. That's the way it's always been for me. Sorry. Y'all know I love y'all. Anyways, so I had just moved out. I had just turned 18, moved in with my cousin and his girlfriend. You know, we were going through a lot together, but we were dealing with it, you know? Like, we were getting on our feet. We were doing alright. And I just got a new puppy. They surprised me with him. Jax. He's outside. Best dog in the world. Anyways. So, right. I got on the app called Grinder. It's a gay app. It's a gay dating app, to be exact. Worst mistake of my life. Everybody that gets on there is just like, send nudes, send nudes, send nudes. No, no, no. It's not happening. I am not that person. Let me angle this a little better, so y'all can get my hand claps in there. The little gay hand claps. Anyways. And I was just like, I was so fed up with this app by then, because somebody had already said, they're like, yeah, let's go on a date and all this other stuff. No, that did not work out. I got stood up. Anyways, well, so here comes along this other guy. He messaged me. He's like, hey, here's my number. I don't get on this app much, but I see that, you know, you're really my type and all this other stuff. And he left a very important key detail. Yes, Sean, I'm talking to you. Not the same one from middle school. Different person. Anyways. I'm not going to say last names, but you know who you are. Yes, you left out very key important information before I agreed to go out on a date with you, okay? So, yeah, we talked for like 2 weeks, okay? And finally, he's like, hey, let's hang out. And I was like, okay, yeah, sure, for sure. He picked me up, and I had the dogs meet him, because we had two at the time. And I had the dogs meet him. I even had Kirsten come out there and meet him with me, so, like, I took a knife with me, because I thought he was going to try and kill me. I had my location, had done sent, and to a friend, so that way, in case I went missing, I was very prepared. If I ever go on a date with someone and they pick me up, I'm always prepared. Mom, Dad, I hope you know that I am being safe. I promise. Anyways. I ain't gonna go to no stranger's house. If nobody know where I'm at. Anyways. Right. He picks me up, and, you know, we were in the car on the way to, I want to say back to his place. Yeah, we were going to go back to his place, I want to say, what did we watch? We watched some movie. I want to say it was Bad Boys 2. Yeah, we watched Bad Boys 2. Crappy movie. Anyways. So, I was there. This is the first date I've ever been on, too, by the way. Like, my first date ever. I was nervous. Anyway. So, yes. You know, we go back to his place. After that, we go and get food. And, you know, after the movie ended. We go and get food. Varsity, I think it was. And then, yes, he lives in Atlanta. Don't worry. Not going to disclose location. Or last name. Okay. Anyways. Well, what was I saying? Oh, right. Sorry. My mind flashes back to him, and I'm just like, ugh, no. Right. Anyways, we were in Atlanta. You know, we went to Varsity for dinner. Afterwards, he took me to the best ice cream place ever. I did not know this place even existed until then. I was sitting there, you know, he took me to Killwinds. Killwinds is amazing, and this is when I, like, fell in love with this place, okay? Because they give you, like, huge ice cream cones about this freaking big. Yeah, almost the size of my head, okay? Anyways, I remember after that, I think we went back to his place. No, no, he definitely took me home after that. Yeah, he took me home because I had a caramel apple as well. He he was such a nice man. Then don't let me, oh my gosh. I'm not gonna go into any detail about anything else, but so in the on the way, on the way to his place or on the way home, he was like, "So there's something I need to tell you." And I looked at him and was like, "Oh dear God!" And I put my hand on my knife. I was ready. I was like, "If he's gonna kill me, I'm going to wreck. I'm gonna at least make sure we wreck, so my body will be discovered." Because we were in the car, and he was like, "I am married." I was like, "Oh fuck!" And then he was like, "But it's an open relationship." I'm like, "But that don't matter." Whoa, gosh. That does not matter. No, sir. Anyways, so, right. And he was like, "I'm in an open relationship, so that means I can see any guy I want. I can also date any guy I want." I was like, at first I was a little iffy about it, so it took me a while to text him back. We got back in contact after 3 weeks of us not talking because I was still very unsure. And I was like, okay, yes, I went on more dates with him, and he eventually became my boyfriend. Um, Again, if you see this, Sean, yes, um, yeah, that's all I can say. You know this. Well, sorry, allergies. Um, so yes, eventually he became my boyfriend, and we were on and off, I guess is what you would want to say. We didn't like break up or anything. We texted each other. Well, okay, first off, no, I had no part in this part because I was really mad. But anyways, so he was talking on the first date, and he was like, "Oh well, yeah, you can come up, stay the night anytime you want, all this other stuff. Like, we have a spare bedroom. I'll even help you with your resume and stuff." Like, he was generally being nice and being a really awesome guy. And then he started getting iffy. Okay. Yes, I should have broken up with him the first time this happened, but I didn't. Um, Again, sorry, mom, dad, you had to find out this without me telling you. In person. Again, my love life's my business, but anyways, so he started getting iffy. Like, he would not text me for the longest time, and if he did, he would be like, "Sorry, I'm with the husband. Sorry, I'm with the husband." I understand that you're married. I understand you still are a husband. You still have to treat him with respect and stuff, and, you still love him. But what you don't understand is that I'm also your boyfriend. So you cannot ignore me from 2 to 3 weeks at a time. So I let it go on. And he did get better. He would, like, me and him, we would get together every 2 weeks at least by then. And then I moved out of that house that I was living in at the time, and I moved back in with my dad. And then me and Sean, we saw less of each other. We were on and off, like I said. Well, we got back in touch last year, okay? Or no, we had been in touch within over a year. And there was like this huge month gap between us messaging each other because every time I tried to talk to him, he'd be like, "I'm with the husband." Every time I asked to hang out, he'd be like, "No, husband's home." I'm like, "You literally told me on our first date that you didn't have a problem, or that your husband wouldn't have a problem with us dating. You're sounding a little fishy. But I didn't say that to him. Yes, Sean, that is how I felt. Get over it. Anyways, so, I just let it go on. I was like, whatever. And eventually he was like, hey, I'm moving out of state. Which was a lie. Yes, I know it's a lie. Don't come for me, Sean. Yes, I'm going to keep saying his name. I didn't give a last name. He lied and said that he moved. I was devastated. I don't show my emotions around family, okay? Unless I'm angry. I do not show my emotions. I bury it inside of me and let it tear me piece to piece. Okay? Anyways, so I was devastated. I had done told Bree, he said he was moving, all this other stuff. By the way, I just like to say, I hadn't done added him on Facebook, and I saw every post that he had. And at some point on Valentine's Day, when we were still together, he was like, look at me being a loyal husband and making my husband dinner or some bullshit like that. And my first question is if you're loyal, if you have to be loyal. Question is, why do you have to be loyal if you're in an open relationship? Whatever. So, finally, yes, things were broken off. After I saw him one more time, things were broken off because he lied to me. He said that he moved and, again, forgot that I was friends with him on Facebook and I saw him post something, like, not even a few days afterwards. So, and it was like, he was like, I don't know, he was complaining about how his apartment in Atlanta was being flooded or something. I don't know. But, yes. So, that was my very first relationship. First real relationship out of high school. But yes, that was my story time. A lot of the stuff that I have... Oh, let me tell you my first time that I ever experienced hate in high school, okay? This kid named Jesse... I'm not going to give a last name. I know better. Because he will come for me. Well, I'm not scared of him, but he'll, his little friends will go bitching and he'll try and fight me, and I'm too old for that shit. Anyways, but back in high school, this kid tormented me. Somehow we got stuck in almost in at least one class every year. All right. I started the day I started high school. I remember me and a friend had made a shirt the day before for me, and it was a plain white T-shirt and had color. It had writing all over it talking about, same love, gay pride, all this other stuff. I was officially going to come out in high school on the first day of high school, technically, to everybody that's ever known me. So, I get there, and the first class I have was like, I don't know, civics? And whatever. Anyways, I remember just wearing that shirt, and finally one of my classmates from chorus, he walked up to me. He's a really awesome guy. One of the best people in the world. His name is Matthew. I won't give a last name. Like I said, I know better. Last names are not important. He was really cool. He was really chill. He was really nice. And really good looking, if I may say so myself. Matthew, don't come for me. You know it's true. Anyway. So yeah. He came up to me after this kid who who was making fun of me. He was calling me a faggot, fat ass, all this other stuff. And basically telling me to go drop dead. And Matthew was like, he stepped in. He was like a senior. And he stepped in and was like, hey, that's not okay. Shut your fucking face. Shut your fucking face. It was cool. And He was like, it's okay. I was like that was awesome because everybody in my course class, they were like, it's okay. It's okay to be who you are. Course is where I've felt the most safe in the entire world from everything. Anyways, so school year goes on, and we get this kid. I don't remember his name at all, but we get this kid in civics, and he's like, I don't know, maybe a little older than I was. By then, okay, my last name had been very known, right? So nobody barely messed with me. And if they did, or not barely, everybody messed with me, but nobody tried to fight me. Like, they would throw words around, but they would not fight me. That's thanks to him in there. Anyways, so finally, yes, high school, or not high school, middle of the year, this kid comes in, and I'm talking with my friend Caitlin White. I'm friends with almost everybody in this class. I was actually one of the popular kids. Was semi-popular. I mean, I had people, they tormented me, but other than that, semi-popular. But yes, she was one of the most popular girls at that school. Or one of them. There were a lot more. Anyways, so me and her were sitting there talking about, they had done legal. I want to say they had just legalized gay marriage or something. I don't know. It might have been before that, but I remember. Oh no, that was a topic in class because we were in civics, and I was talking to her. I was like, one day I want to get married to another. I want to get married to the person I fall in love with, and I said he, and this guy, he had not messed with me barely any. Ooh, eyebrow. Anyways, he not messed with me barely any until then. He was like, ew, you're gay? That's gross. That's fucking gross. And then, he started doing that thing where it's like, where people like to just run their mouth and be like, ew, you look ridiculous. Yeah. Anybody who's experienced knows what I'm talking about. Well, finally, I got tired of it. I looked at him and was like, shut your fucking mouth. And I think even the teacher looked a little surprised. Because, again, I was really nice. I'm a really nice person. At least I think I am. Right. So I was like, shut your fucking mouth. And he looked at me, he's like, you want to go? And I was like, bitch, I will fuck you up. You don't want to fight me. He was like, oh, you faggot. And he was calling me names. And I was like, bitch, if you're going to call me names, at least try and fight me first. Like, you don't want to do that. I'm serious. I will mess your ass up. And I think I called him a dumbass or something. And he finally got pissed off and got up and went to, he did that thing where he got in my face and he was like trying to scare me. And I just laughed. Like, I couldn't help it. But I was just sitting there. I was like, just a little smile on my face. He's like, get in my face. He said, I'm gonna beat your ass, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, by then, I had kind of figured he was gonna swing. Okay, so I grabbed my social studies book, and if anybody has ever had one of these, they know they are hardback books, and they're huge, so they're good for weapons. So I had grabbed it. I had my hand on it and everything. My friend Caitlin saw right through me. She knew what I was reaching for. It was awesome. And she was like, she picked it up. Or no, I had it in my hand. I was ready to swing on this guy. I was gonna hit him with the corner of it and just start beating shit out of him. Well, I was like, so, you feeling froggy? Leap. And then I got in his face a little more. I was like, what you gonna do? And he backed off, and I put the book down slowly. I don't even think he realized that I had it. And it was funny because he just backed off and he was like, whatever, I ain't got time for your shit. And I was like, that's what I thought. And my friend Kayla was like, you don't know who his brother is, do you? You know if his brother's a good fighter, he's got to be one too. So I'd back off if I were you. Needless to say, he backed down. I was not going to though. I was ready to fight his ass right then and there. I had done had a plan to throw the desk at him and everything. Anyways, so that was one of the first times that I had ever experienced gay bullying. You know, first two times. The third time, this is just one of my experiences. Okay, this is when I finally had enough of it, and I just got tired of high school. Period. So I started doing dumb things. Anyways, 10th grade rolls around. You know, let me think. No, wait, let me backtrack. There was a little more I wanted to talk about. Well, one time in science class, this was when I first came out to everybody in my science class, and we were in biology. It was for ninth grade. The Jesse kid, he was in my class, the one that I was talking about earlier. A lot of other ones that were assholes were in there too, along with him. He's an asshole. I still think that. Yes, if you ever watch this and you know for a fact it's you, then good. Get the fuck over it, because you're an asshole. Anyways, so one day I was sitting in class. We had this new girl. She was really nice. And I had a few friends in this class, so it wasn't a total nightmare for me. Caitlin was in there. Golly, every time me and her got together, some shit was gonna go down. Just, oh my gosh. Even she can tell you. Like, I'm gonna tag her when I... Anyways. Um, so, yeah. One day, we got this new girl, and she was wearing pajama pants. She had worn her pajama pants to school, okay? So I was like, hey, I like your pants. And she just laughed. She's like, oh, cool, thanks. She's cool about it. Well, somebody had the nerve to call me out in class, and I was like, you don't want to do this. No, no, no. She looked at this other girl. I don't remember her name. I'm bad with names. Especially hers. Because she had a common face, and yeah, anyways. She was like, ooh, Kevin's got a crush, and I looked at I looked at her, oh my gosh, and I was like, I'm gay. Definitely not. And the whole class, not everybody around me, but the majority of everybody around me, even some people who were like across the room in our classroom, scooted their desk like away from mine, and I'm like, it's not contagious. And I was like, and a couple of them started running their mouths, and I was like, this is already gonna go bad. And that's when my friend Caitlin, she stuck up for me. She was like, he's not, y'all need to just shut up and all this other stuff. The new girl, Cynthia, she was real cool about it too, mostly because she was lesbian. Anyways, but yes, that was definitely crazy. And then I got stuck with that Jesse kid and a few other people in my 10th grade government class. Yeah, government. I don't know. It was world history. That's what it was. World history. I had 4 friends in that class. 4. And that was about it. At first when I walked in there, I noticed, people would point, snicker, ha ha ha. I could get over that. But when the food started being thrown at me in class, is when I finally got tired of it. I was like, okay, let me make this very clear. The teacher knew what the hell was going on. He saw this shit happening with his own damn eyes and did not say shit to these people, okay? And mostly because I'm Christian, but like there's Christian and then there's fake Christian. He was fake Christian. He was like, okay, real Christian is when you love someone for no matter. I don't know how to explain this. To me, real Christian would be loving somebody no matter what, and treating them like an equal. Fake Christian is that BS where like, oh, blah blah blah, you're going to hell, blah blah blah. Bible says this, Bible says that. Well, you know what? The Bible says a lot of things that contradicts itself. Don't get me started. This is not a religious video, okay? I'm just stating facts. Anyways, so my teacher was very fake Christian, and he made gay jokes in class. I'm not kidding. He made very offensive jokes to a lot of people. But he did not care what these kids did in his class. I had food thrown at me every day. Finally, I got tired of it. Okay? I couldn't fight anybody because of the fact that if I had, I would have gone to juvie like my brother. Anyways. So, one day I finally had enough of it. I was like, I'm done. I think it surprised a lot of people too. Because, I just walk in, I sit down, we just gotten back from lunch. I had a banana peel thrown at me. I had grapes, tomatoes, like, what the fuck? Even peanuts. And I was done. And I was like, I looked over, I was like, stop fucking throwing shit. Dead in the middle of class with it being dead silent too. Stop throwing shit at me now. What is your fucking problem with me? And he got so, like, everybody was just like, they pretended like they didn't know what I was talking about. But that's bullshit. And I was like, the teacher, he's like, what's your problem? And he was talking to me. And I'm like, my problem? What's my problem, bitch? I'm getting food thrown at me and getting called names on a daily basis. And I have a problem? Okay. And I was like, I don't have a problem. Why don't you tell the other students in this class to quit throwing fucking food at me? And, he was like, what did you just say? And he started getting mad. And I was like, you know what? You're a fucking hypocrite. That's all you are. You're just a hypocrite. Go fuck yourself. And I literally lost it on this teacher, okay? His name was Mr. Willem. I don't know his first name. I just know his last name. Mr. Willem, you were a piece of shit teacher. I should have reported you to the principal, but I didn't. Because back then, if you just go and tell somebody or tell someone else, it makes it way worse for you. Because, so, yeah. I cussed him out and got sent out. I don't remember where I got sent to, but I got sent somewhere. But after that, I started skipping school. I got tired of school itself. I was getting messed with in other classes. I was done. I was just not having it. I could not learn shit because the classes were just too fucking annoying for me. That, and I had other things going on at home. Like, there was a lot, okay? And then eventually I ended up quitting. But that's not part of the story. So, yes. There you go. There are some of my greatest experiences with dealing with LGBT stuff. Again, y'all just learned a lot about me. Some things that my parents didn't even know. Again, sorry if you watch this. Wow. Well, anyways, if you enjoyed and liked the video, like, subscribe, and if you want me to make more talking about stuff that, I don't know, that interests you, sure, tell me. Comment, like, subscribe. And I hope you all have a nice day. Thank you and goodbye.